All right. Hey, it's Matt, BlindGuysGarage. It's time again for some struggle action. Ford Explorer, 4 liter. Ford Explorer, 4 liter. Pretty sure we can figure out what's about to happen here. So, let's get this baby in. I'm just gonna make this a pretty quick one. Not so much a step-by-step, more so you can enjoy my struggling and hating of this Ford Explorer. So, yeah. Hope y'all enjoy it, and y'all let me know. Let's get started. All right, well, yeah, you'll get to see some of that struggle. I didn't video all of that. I've been actually working on getting this thing in for too long. I don't even know how long, a couple hours, just to get it set in place. Part of that was a phone call, part of it was, just random bullcrap. But I did finally get her in. We've got motor mount bolt on this side in. This side has studs that stick through the mounts, so let's double check those since I haven't reached down there yet. All right, yep, they're both stuck through the mount, but there's no bolt, no nuts on them. They just 2 studs stick up just like that, and then it sits on it. That's nice. 2 transmission bolts are bolted up, torque converter's lined up, and it's just sitting here in its home now. So, yes, the struggle is real, as some say. Matter of fact, I say that too, as you can tell. So, I'm gonna go eat some dinner, and then probably come back and work on this thing some more. See y'all later. All right. Well, I told you I'd bring you back once I got back from lunch, dinner. That didn't happen. So here we are. We've got the hard part done. The motor and trans is bolted down, sort of. Still got the motor mount bolts to do. The transmission is fully bolted up. Torque converter bolts are in. Starter's in. Front accessories are all on now. As you can see, everything's here. Coil's on. So, I mean, there's just a few things left to button her up. Intake, motor mounts, exhaust on that side. And I think that's pretty much it. I think. I mean, of course, you got the fan and that kind of stuff, but I think that's it. So, we will do that tomorrow or today, as it's 3 in the morning. So, yep. Bring y'all back later. All right, it's Matt, BlindGuysGarage. Of course, y'all knew that. Y'all were watching me, what, 2 seconds ago, I guess, huh? So, here we are. We got the Explorer almost back together. Let me roll out from this thing a little bit. There we go. We got her almost back together. All that's left now is drop the intake on. You got a vacuum line there, a couple vacuum lines over there, and then a couple of electrical plugs. I think there's only 2, one there and one over there. And we'll see if she runs. That's the very big key I've been waiting on to see if she runs. So, let's do this. All right, well, we've got everything done except for the upper radiator hose, which I'm gonna leave it off for the moment. And probably need to plug that up. Except for the upper radiator hose, and apparently the mass airflow meter. So now, let's try to fire it up. All right, well, first thing is, we'll hook the battery up and hope it don't make some big bang noises and stuff. Oh, we're good. All right, and then I'm gonna prime the switch a couple times, check for fuel, make sure that we don't have nothing major going on.
And as far as, we need to know about him, and he was still living. It seems busy.
Alright, check the fuel and check around. Don't smell nothing. And the fuel line's dry. You can't really reach the injectors too well on this thing. I'll touch what I can of them though, make sure they're not leaking. I don't see nothing. Well, feel nothing. Hee hee. Let's fire it up. yesterday you saw us fire this thing up and me try to figure out why it had a rattle tic tac to it, and you know, here we are. So now today we are taking it apart to figure out exactly what's going on with it. So let's bring you in and show you what's going on. All right, so I've pulled the intake and valve covers back off. I pulled the valve covers so that I could check the cam timing, which is dead on the money. You won't be able to see it. I took the cam tool and I rechecked it on the thing. I've spun the motor over since, but there's the cam timing mark right there, and there's one on the back on this head over here. But I checked both of those already, and they were dead on the money. I pulled all the plugs, and in process of pulling all the plugs, here they are. They're not the greatest thing in the world. They're not awful, they're not great, they're just not real perfect. So they got a big gap. They've been there for a minute. I thought they had been replaced. And they have their auto lights, but also in the process I found this one, which the porcelain's cracked on. I don't know if we'll be able to see it right there. I can't tell if it's in the camera view or not, but the porcelain's cracked on it, which might have been causing the little stumble it had. And I found one more thing that was wrong, which was my fault. Alright, I don't know how good we'll be able to see this. I'm gonna try though. There's a guide right here where I'm pointing. Well, there's a bolt that goes through it. You can see it walks back and forth right here. As long as forward and back's good, as long as it doesn't actually twist side to side, which it has just a little bit of side play right now from where the camshaft's sitting, but other than that, everything's good. So what happened is there's a washer that locks it in place, and it was not in place. So we fixed that. That wasn't that big of a deal. So I apologize. Sweaty, hot, nasty, yuck. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that'll bring it back. And we'll get it back together and see what it does. Alright, get the intake back on, plugs back in, plug wires, coil, all that. It should fire up, so let's find out. And I don't know if I mentioned it earlier. If I did, I'm sorry. We also ran a quick compression check across every cylinder while I had it all apart. Had 100 to 185 PSI on every hole. Good to know. But it ain't gonna run without fuel. Forgot I pulled the fuel pump relay when I was running compression check. So let's plug that back up. Try it again. Now let's try it. Apparently I forgot a vacuum. Let me find out what that was. Well, I forgot the main vacuum that goes to the intake tube, and I forgot the mass airflow meter. So let's see if it runs better now. Alright, well, I was editing the video on the Explorer right here. And the last thing we had done at the time was we had just set the motor in, fired it up, pulled it back apart to find out what was going wrong with it. And short story is timing chains are still rattling. Yeah. So I guess we will have to do timing chains on it now. So having said that, motor's going to come back out. So guess you'll get to see that in the next one. As always, if you like the videos and content, like, share, subscribe. I got plenty more coming. Hopefully get away from these modern day things and get back to some old school stuff in the near future. But yep, for that, like, share, comment, subscribe. I read them all. I reply to all of them. Any questions you got, let me know. Y'all have a good one.